Hi everyone and welcome to Sideshow Live. Yay! Woo! I feel like we have to be like extra loud today because there's less people and we don't have a guest, so it's kind of like a show of the regular core crew. So we have Dennis in the YouTube chat.
What's up?
What represents? We have Kitty in the Facebook chat. Okay, she's.
I'm sorry, the chat is like disappearing on me.
So I'm gonna do a woot woot for Kitty in the Facebook chat.
Kitty with the technical difficulty.
Kitty who doesn't know how to do Facebook. She does. I'm kidding. But we have a crew today, and we have obviously our normal producer staff of Brett and Brendan and Challenger. So today we're featuring a Poison Ivy segment, including the Poison Ivy art print and the Poison Ivy premium format figure. We have a feature on the She-Ra statue, and then we'll be unboxing and giving away the Batman Futura Night.
Sounds like a font choice.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like a font. But we're going to be unboxing and giving him away, so head on over to sideshow.com/live contest and enter for your chance to win the Batman Futura Night 6-scale figure. It's actually a really cool figure. I just can't pronounce it. But I can't pronounce anything, so we're just going to go with that. We also have a feature on some DC Collectibles that are our distributed product that we have in-house to be able to show you, because DC Collectibles was awesome enough to send us some samples to show you guys so we could be like, hey, look at what we have to offer. Anyway, let's get right to it because it's a lot of stuff. So today's featured collector is Trevor Paulo. Trevor Paulo. Ooh, that's a sweet Star Wars setup, Trevor. That's a great Star Wars setup.
Nice.
Looks like it's F7 that we can see. I can see below it there's some Marvel as well because I see Ant-Man's helmet and Bucky's arm. So that's a really awesome setup. Trevor, thank you so much for sharing your collection with us. If you would like to be our next featured collector, head on over to sideshow.com/blog and click the Apply Now button. It's that easy. We like all kinds of collections. So 6-scale, PF, whatever. Also, if you want to show off your collection with a theme, we have Collect a Day May going on Instagram all month. Today's theme, I believe, is Cult Classics. So that was a really cool Jack Burton photo that our photography department took for our contribution. So just use the hashtag Collect a Day May and post your best version of whatever the theme is. How do you find out the theme? It's in our blog. It's on our Instagram. Yeah? Yeah. Awesome. So we have some news. There's lots of news, but also since I was out last week, I feel like I have like back news because I didn't even get to talk about Infinity War. And which by the way, congratulations to our friends at Marvel Studios because that made $1 billion worldwide in a record-setting 11 days. That's crazy. That's crazy. Locally in Los Angeles, Hollywood Boulevard is shutting down for the Solo premiere, which is cool. So Star Wars always has those awesome red carpets where they build something on Hollywood Boulevard. So, I mean,
Have they built something?
yeah, it's awesome. Like they built for Last Jedi, there was like a giant gorilla AT-AT. I like that I did that. You know?
What are they building for Solo?
I don't know. I'll show you I'll tell you. You know, it's going to show up online, so we'll find out. I mean, my guess is also the Millennium Falcon because, like, really, what else is it going to be?
A giant
A giant
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
The entire Kessel Run.
The entire Kessel Run. We missed that, but I think Dennis actually won that whole interaction. Anyway, Arrested Development Season 5.
Woohoo!
I know Kitty's excited about that. We've kind of been doing a rewatch in our office a little bit, on and off, just because we love Arrested Development. So that's cool. And so this piece of news in the notes is that Rick Moranis is reviving Dark Helmet for an episode of The Goldbergs. One, I thought Rick Moranis retired.
He's coming out of retirement to revive.
So he wouldn't for Ghostbusters, but he is for Dark Helmet?
Apparently, yeah.
All right. All right,
They
fair.
asked him really nicely.
I know, but I felt like Ghostbusters asked him pretty nicely too. I don't know.
I don't know. We weren't ever...
Yeah. I know that John Wick watches Goldbergs, so I'm sure he'll let us know when that episode airs. So that's pretty cool. We have a Q&A segment at the end of the show, so any questions you have for the crew here, and it's going to be kind of an awesome Q&A segment if you think about it, because it can just be like totally nerdy questions for everybody in the crew, like right here. So remember, it's me, and it's Kitty, and it's Dennis, and it's Challenger, and it's Brett, and it's Brendan. So all of us are pretty big geeks, so just ask us questions for the end of the show. We have an inside look video, and when we come back, we have a segment on poison ivy. You're watching Sideshow Live. We'll be right back.
I was always attracted to anything that was monstrous.
He has that urban legend, creature of the swamp kind of appeal. Swamp Thing is a big shambling mound of vegetation that basically is the swamp in human form.
It was actually one of the first comic characters I was actually aware of and became invested in on some level because the hero happened to be an alien or a monster, in this case a swamp monster, so I was immediately drawn into that.
I think Swamp Thing has been a character that has been somewhat neglected in the collectible market. So we were like, hey, let's do this. Let's base it on the old original designs that Stephen Bissett and Bertie Wrightson had done and put our own twist on it and really make an impactful piece for the collectors. The design could kind of get spun every which way, especially with the evolution of the character now. It's kind of taken on more of a human form. We wanted to do that Bigfoot, boggy creek creature that does exist in some of the movies and cinematically. So we had Paul take a stab at it.
In this case, I wanted to take what the artist Stephen Bissett and John Toddleben, what they'd done, and then what Toddleben had brought with his inks, which he'd rendered every single bit of moss and flower and vine that was growing out of the body, and I wanted to get as much as that as I could. We didn't want him aggressive, too aggressive. We just want him abiding in the swamp in a sense, but definitely with a sense of intensity and determination, kind of lurching forward.
Steve Rojas did the first version of Swamp Thing, and he did a great job establishing the overall look that we would go with. When you think about him, you think green, but there's also a lot of brown. We also did some heavy shadowing with some dark greens, like in the deep areas, which really helped bring the whole thing to life.
We got to play with it, and we figured Swamp Thing is an imposing character. He needs to be an imposing collectible. Cranius is Swamp Thing's arch nemesis, the villain in that world.
Obviously, he's the brains of the operation. He's actually a walking brain, and he walks on a large human hand.
And we thought, wow, what would be really cool is if we get Paul on it, let him design it, make it even creepier, and add, Paul's creepy aesthetic, and make that the exclusive.
I think the reason we choose to do these characters is because we can put our spin on it and also pay tribute to a character that has this, there's a culture of fans out there that love the character. We definitely brought to the table something spectacular for a character that doesn't get quite as much love as some of the larger, well-known characters. If you're a fan of Swamp Thing, you're going to want this statue.
As a fan, I'm excited that this piece finally came to fruition. I'm looking forward to having one on my shelf.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sideshow Live. Sorry, I was mesmerized. She put something in my water, so now I'm like, ooh, poison ivy. Anyway, this is the poison ivy premium format figure, as well as the poison ivy premium art print. Let's start with the premium format figure, since we just cut to an image of that.
There we go.
This is a modern version of poison ivy. You might say she's like our version of poison ivy, since she's she was done by our artists, and she has I love this base. Since we're looking at the base, I'm just going to interrupt my notes for a second, because it looks like she is having a carnivorous plant just kind of bursting through a city street. And you don't think about Gotham being like very lush or having any type of excessive plant life. So you think about poison ivy being the person who kind of like has to summon that as part of her power. So I love the fact that we included like a city street and then the carnivorous plant bursting through, and then poison ivy being a part of that. So that is pretty amazing. This we're showing with her collector edition portrait. Her exclusive edition is a swap out alternative portrait with an evil grin, and her hair is slightly darker in it as well. So
She's
that
got vines on her face.
oh, she has vines on her face. That's pretty amazing. So you wind up with two different versions of Poison Ivy, kind of like the seductress and then also the villainess. So that's the exclusive version right now. The short link for her, she is available for pre-order. Yes? Or tomorrow? Tomorrow. Okay, so she is available for pre-order tomorrow. So if you'd like to RSVP for the Poison Ivy premium format figure, you're going to want to head on over to sideshow.com/poisonivy. That is sideshow.com/poisonivy. And yeah, you can be the first to be notified when she goes available for pre-order. Just, I can't believe how gorgeous this piece is. It's just, it's so amazing. I love the growing vines all about her. Anyway, and now behind me, if we are ready, the Poison Ivy art print. This is a limited edition print of only 300. It is available right now in both the framed and the unframed version. So head on over to sideshow.com/ivyprint. That is sideshow.com/ivyprint. It is 18 by 24 and a fine art G-clay print, hand numbered, officially licensed, and the artist on that is, I'm so sorry, it's Henhua Chao. So that is Henhua Chao, also known as Kill Art on Facebook and the interwebs. So if you want to check him out there. We have a couple questions coming in for Poison Ivy. How big is the frame for the art print? So it's an 18 by 24 if you don't get it framed, but the frame itself, once it's framed, is 24 by 30. 24 by 30. So, so something you might not know is that Kitty is a very big Poison Ivy fan. In fact, she has a little bit of a Poison Ivy display at her apartment, which is pretty cool. I myself, in terms of the sirens, have always gone towards Catwoman. But what is your favorite Poison Ivy storyline comes through? And I'm going to just be like, one, I love her in Batman the Animated Series.
The best.
The best. Two, I know this is controversial, but it's my opinion. So I love the Gotham City Sirens comic book series. That was 20 issues right before the New 52.
Yeah. That
was just the three of them, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, Harley. And I thought it was an amazing series. So that's, I know, a more modern Poison Ivy storyline, but it was the one I have liked the best. What about you?
I really like, there was a recent one called Poison Ivy, The Cycle of Life and Death, and that was just a 6-issue miniseries, and that one was really cool because it dealt with her trying to be a scientist again. And
oh, I love that.
And when things arise and her plans change, how she uses her powers. But her storyline in the Arkham Asylum video game is also really cool.
Awesome. Very cool.
Let's not forget Uma Thurman in Batman and Robin.
Yes, let's not forget that. It definitely happened. So if we don't have any more questions, I know, oh, we have more questions coming. I realize that there are some problems in the chat that are happening via Facebook, and I really apologize for that. It seems like it's a Facebook issue and not one that we can solve ourselves. So if you don't mind heading over to YouTube to ask your questions and make your comments, Dennis is in there trying to do as much as he can. Batman Statue Collector says, does Kitty have a favorite Ivy piece?
From Sideshow or from in general?
He just said, does Kitty have a favorite Ivy piece?
Oh.
That's the information that I see.
Well,
That's all he has.
in my collection, it's the DC Collectibles Bombshell
Ooh, the
Ivy.
Bombshell line is great.
But this one, the base is blowing me away, and just the way she's posed with the plant. So this might be my new favorite.
She's so cool. I love it. David DeAndrea wants to know, does she have any relation to Swamp Thing? She does not have any relation to Swamp Thing. It is a good question. They both seem to have power over plants. They both are part plant, part person. Both of them were scientists before gaining their powers. But No, they don't actually have any relation to each other.
Let's see. Can you turn her around more?
Sure.
People want to see all around.
People want to see all of her. So let's do another turnaround. Yeah. Yeah. This is totally awkward. I feel like I'm like, There. Ooh, that's a great shot of her. Now, she is available tomorrow between noon and 3 p.m. Again, RSVP at sideshow.com/poisonivy, and you will be the first to be notified when she goes available for pre-order. Wow. What a cool pose. I love her. She's so good. All right. Now, if we don't have any more questions, we have a video to show you, and then when we come back, we'll be featuring She-Ra. You're watching Sideshow Live. We'll be right back. Sorry, this is me. Like, we were just going, for the honor of Grayskull. Yeah, that's what we do when you guys are watching videos. We're yelling out quotes from whatever's coming up next. It's kind of a thing. Anyway, this is She-Ra, and she is a production sample. Oh my God, look at that face. I think she looks better than the prototype, to be totally honest. She came out so fantastic. She is carrying her sword of protection for the honor of Grayskull.
For the honor of Grayskull.
There's a good look at it right there. That's so cool. And the cape, which we have posed very expertly by Tim himself, I believe. If not, sorry, Tim. I think whoever did this, the posing of this cape did an excellent job. But it is wired and removable. So let's say you don't want her to have a cape on at all. You can actually display her without the cape, should you choose to. But should you want to have the cape on, you can pose the cape. It is wired, and I believe it is definitely wired on three sides. So that's fantastic. Her base is a pedestal base, and it has all these translucent crystals in it, and they're made of translucent resin. So that's a really amazing thing. And the pattern of the base that you're seeing right here is meant to reflect her armor that is sculpted on her. She is an entirely sculpted piece minus the cape. So the armor is sculpted. It is not cut and sew. Her exclusive is displayed here. Let me just turn it. This makes more sense. This is the exclusive, is her arm with the shield attached right there. The collector edition would just be this arm without the shield attached to it. She's shipping this month, but is still available for pre-order. So head on over to sideshow.com/She-Ra statue and pre-order her right now. That's sideshow.com/She-Ra statue. I think she's just super amazingly pretty. This is such a good piece. I think it came out just so good. It's definitely my favorite of the Motu ones. I'm gonna hug her. I always get in trouble for hugging statues. True story.
I want to know if we'll see Tim again anytime soon.
I would love for Tim to be on the show. Let's peer pressure him. Tim.
Where are you at?
Hey, we wanted to do hashtag Tim time and have Tim have a segment on the show where he just gets excited about something, because Tim excited about something is probably the best thing in the world. So hashtag Tim time, and let's pressure Tim to be on the show. So now it's going to be a thing.
It is going to
It's going to be a thing. So I would like you all to, on Twitter, and start just using hashtag Tim time. And if we get enough Tim time requests, peer pressure, you guys. Peer pressure. Robert wants to see her without her cape. I mean, she's a production sample, so that might be doable, but I don't know how to do it.
It's pretty, you just pull that
Oh.
off and then...
Oh. Wow.
So
Yeah,
even
they're
with
also asking about edition size for this piece. It's 750.
It's $750?
Yeah.
Is that the exclusive or the collector?
Exclusive.
The exclusive. And that would be the collector edition. Like this. Ooh. Wow, she looks freaking so cool, even without like the shield and without the cape. Look at that. I want her protecting the honor of Grayskull. Grayskull being the Grayskull playset that I have in my house.
They're saying we need to get her a shield. Now
Get this woman a shield. You know what, Black Panther? There you go. Wrong universe, but hey, you know what? She-Ra would be one of those people. Like, you know how you put together your own like fantasy superhero teams? There's a few that I would definitely put She-Ra on, like mix and match fandom type. She's so cool. And if we don't have any more questions, I'm sure we have a lot of She-Ra fans. And by the way, if you guys think of
about what's coming up next in the Masters of the Universe
Oh,
line, but
see, the next thing that I can talk about, that I can say, is the Orko one that we did in partnership with Tweeterhead. That is still available for pre-order as well. So that's all I can talk about. And remember, we do have a Q&A segment at the end of the show. So should you like, oh my God, I just remembered this amazing question I have about She-Ra, you can ask it as it comes up and we will answer it later. So let's just keep going with the show. Yeah.
let's go.
All right. We have another video, and when we come back, we will be unboxing the Batman Futura Knight. You're watching Sideshow Live. We will be right back. For those of you using hashtag TimTime, I just totally flubbed that. But he was in that video, so you got a little taste of Tim. But you know, for full live Tim, where he just gets excited, we just give him a topic and he's just gonna get excited about it. That's what TimTime is. Anyway, this is the Batman Futura Knight 6-scale figure by our friend. Ooh, what did I do? I heard a click. Anyway, hopefully everything's still working. But this is from our friends over at Hot Toys. They were awesome enough to send this along. So let's unbox it. It has that cool window right here. So let's say you're someone who doesn't take things out of the box. There you go. But we are not those people. We take things out of the box. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this character because I am not a video game person, so I don't play video games, and I don't know what this is. It's a reference. I know that it's from the Arkham games, and it's like, it's Arkham Knight, and it's a reimagining of the Batman Beyond skin. Like, costume or way he looks. That's correct, Challenger?
Yeah.
You played these games, right?
No, I never played this one, but this one's
Did you?
essentially supposed to be like its own skin of Batman Beyond.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I haven't gotten to this game in the series yet, so no help.
here is the arsenal right here. It's in a front panel. Oh, that's just causing a problem with the lighting. Sorry. Does that help? No? Okay, I can't. There. Oh, okay, kind of.
Wait, what?
There.
Yeah.
This show is live. We can't fake this. This type of incompetence can only be done live on camera. Ooh, this is pretty cool. Wow. See, this is why we need Tim. Look at this cape that needs to be posed. Well, look at how big. So wow, and heavy. This is a lot heavier than I thought it would be. I just had to unfold, like I had to unroll 3 rolls of cape on each side. So let's see if it will stand up on its own so I can do like full wingspan of cape. Oh my gosh. No, Brendan, you need to show full wingspan of cape. You can't? What?
You can do anything.
You can do anything you set your mind to, Brendan. Well, this is the Batman Future Night. He comes with a backdrop that is themed. And that's what he would look like with his backdrop up close. No, it works. It works. See? That's the backdrop. Anyway, I'm going to put that aside. He has a Batman Arkham Knight themed base that you can display with him. I'm trying to help, but I think I'm complicating your job.
They're asking if you could measure the wingspan.
If I can,
From cape to cape.
I can't do that because I only have 2 arms, and you need 2 arms to do this. So, you want to come out here, Dennis?
Where's floating hands?
Yeah, where's floating hands? Oh, thanks, Dennis.
Let's see.
It's 2 feet.
Wow.
2 feet, and then he did that. There, I got a Batman in my lap. Anyway, that's a pretty impressive. It's a 6 scale figure with a 2 foot long wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. Anyway, there's a base for a reason, so maybe I should put him on the base. Hugs for Batman. Hot Toys is so awesome that they send us these to unbox for you guys. So big shout out to Hot Toys right now for doing that. There we go. Ooh. So now that he's stable on his stand, we will let you know that 1, there are instructions on the bottom of the box. Therefore, please read them before you attempt to pose them because the instructions have like range of motion. There are 30 points of articulation on Batman's body. However, if you want to know like which type of poses to have him in and which ways not to pose him, you're going to want to refer to the instructions that Hot Toys has in the box. Remember, we are giving this one away, so head on over to sideshow.com/live-contest, to enter for your chance to win this exact Batman that has the 2 foot long wingspan, posable cape, and got a lot of hugs. So he's a very loved Batman, and we want him to go to an equally loving home. Yes. Yes. So back to accessories. This guy comes with 9 interchangeable gloved hands, a pair of fists, a pair of gripping hands, a pair of batarang hands, a pair of weapon or accessory holding hands, and one opened right hand. So that's a lot of hands. Yeah, he's very handy. Thanks, Dennis, for that. He has a leather-like bat cape, which is like it's not leather, guys. So don't worry. It's very shiny though.
Apparently 2 feet wide.
Yeah. And then it makes me want to sing Shiny from Moana. 'Cause I'm so shiny. Yeah? Okay, no. He has a grapnel gun. He has explosive gel, a disruptor gun, a freeze grenade, a lion launcher, a voice synthesizer, a Batman Beyond style batarang, as well as 2 other batarangs. But this is the Batman Beyond style batarang right here, which is pretty cool. Yeah?
Yeah.
There we go. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Yeah. So that's pretty neat. He also comes with like a swap out little portrait guy, like mouth portrait. Yeah. Oops. Wrong way. Grr. Sorry. It's really hard to show this to you. It's like a 6 scale mouth. Wrong way. There we go. Stop moving it, Susan. I know. I know. I'm sorry. You can pre-order him right now or enter for a chance to win this exact one that I just unboxed. I had to go find the Batarang again at sideshow.com/live contest. We have another video to show you, and when we come back, we will be going through a lot of DC Collectibles. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be right back. Hey everyone, welcome to another unboxing segment today. We have a special guest unboxer hanging out with us. Hey Challenger,
Hey,
what's
Susan.
going on?
Pretty good.
Good. So what are you unboxing for us today?
The Joker Arkham Asylum 6-scale figure from Hot Toys.
That's pretty awesome. Do you want to just get us started? And
Let's
I can
do this.
read a couple things. So this is from the video game Arkham Asylum.
Just to show you,
Ooh,
there's
that's
the
for
inside.
the people who don't take things out of the box. We don't know what to do with you because we take things out of the box. All right, but no judgment. I mean, that's how some people roll. So this is from the Arkham Asylum video game?
Yes.
Yes. Did you play that game?
No, I did not.
I did not either. We should probably have gamers do this every now and then because they can give us some details on what exactly. I mean, obviously he's voiced by Mark Hamill. That's the only thing I really know about the Joker in this game. That, and he has a really cool twist, but I don't know what the twist is. So what do we have with him?
Let's see here. We got some nifty accessories. Oh, we have
a
Arkham
backdrop.
Asylum backdrop.
Yeah. There you go. It's on here as. Oh, it's not on here. So that's a. Oh no, here we go. Specifically designed figure stand with game logo and backdrop. So it's a themed backdrop. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like his hair. Okay. So this has the authentic, detailed likeness of the Joker with his grinning expression from Batman Arkham Asylum. Here, let me help you. Want me to hold him while you do this?
Yeah.
There you go. So he has game-accurate facial expressions with delicate makeup applied to the sculpt. I'm assuming it's paint. I don't think you can just like have makeup remover and he'll come apart. Ooh. There we go.
He's very tall.
He is very tall. He is 31 centimeters tall, so that means the Joker is a pretty tall guy. Yeah, because if this is 6 scale, that means the Joker would be tall in general. So you're pulling out some of his accessories.
He's got a pair of handcuffs.
Pair of handcuffs. Oh wow, he has lots of accessories.
Some like googly eye glasses or something like that.
That's amazing. Yeah, one pair of, that just says glasses. Like, these are so much cooler than normal glasses.
And then a chattering teeth with some explosives. And we have a pistol.
Okay, I'm still obsessed with the chattering teeth explosives.
Yeah.
It's pretty epic. And very Joker, very on point to who the
Right.
Joker is as a character.
And we have a iconic sort of like dart gun with some little darts there. Don't want to take them out because they're pretty small.
Wow.
And then he's got
He has
2 pairs
6
of different hands.
Yeah, 6 hands total. 6 hands total, 1 pair of fists, 1 pair of relaxed hands. Yeah, let's just get all that out of the way. Unboxing comes with a lot of stuff.
And don't forget the instructions.
Instructions will show you the full range of articulation on the figure, which has 30 different points, but you need to know where those are, so that's how you find out. It's in those instructions right there. So back to his hands, he has 1 pair of fists, 1 pair of relaxed hands, a right hand for holding a pistol, and a right hand for holding the injection gun. So there are 2 additional swap outs for his right hand. He comes with, as you can see, his tailored purple colored Joker suit with sculpted boutonniere on the lapel. I like that, that's awesome. He has a bow tie. He's fancy. He has 1 yellow colored shirt with blood splatter weathering because the Joker, not such a nice guy all the time. He has a light green colored bow tie. Black belt with gold colored buckles, a pair of black and purple shoes, And then we mentioned all of the accessories there. So cool thing about this Joker is that you can get him right now. So if you want to add him to your collection, you need to do it fast before he sells out because he is limited edition. So you're going to want to head on over to sideshow.com/asylumjoker. What was that?
Sideshow.com/asylumjoker.
See, it's that easy. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming in, Challenger.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And you know what? Anytime. You should come back and do these with us all the time.
Definitely.
And you know what? All you out there, don't forget to let your geek side show. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed watching that video again. I like to just watch myself while I'm not on camera, so that is not true at all. But that is a really cool Batman Arkham Asylum Joker, and yeah, it's in the rotation. So if you're one of those people who haven't seen the video yet, you can. You just saw it for the first time, or if you're a regular, you saw it again. It's kind of like commercial breaks. Like you see commercials all the time. Anyway, speaking of DC, we have a lot of DC collectibles to show you. These are the first 3 that DC was able to send us along so that we could show you guys on our show. Thank you, DC Collectibles. First up, we have this guy right here. This is the metal Batman statue. Before you ask, he is not made of metal. He is from Dark Knight's Metal #1, designed by Greg Capullo and based on a variant cover. So I am really impressed with this figure personally. It's really cool to have Batman looking like he's stepping up onto the base. And if you would like, he is available for pre-order right now at sideshow.com/metalbatman. He's only $150 with a limited edition of 5,000. So he's about 11 inches tall. I would actually even say he's 12 inches. Like he's a little bit, with his little bat, with his cowl, he's a little above that.
He's a good size.
Yeah, I really like this statue, and I think that he looks really good next to other Batman collectibles because one, it's a variant cover. He's like a traditional but non-traditional Batman at the same time, and you really see him like as a knight.
I really like the purple underside of the cape.
I like that as well, and I like the blood splatter effect on him. It's really cool. It looks like he's a knight in a medieval battle. So that is really amazing. Again, wow, the battle damage on the suit is a really cool little touch. So again, it's based on Greg Capullo's art. So like, can you really go wrong with a Batman done by Greg Capullo? I don't think so. Just saying. So that is Batman, the metal Batman statue. So head on over to sideshow.com/metalbatman and pre-order him now. The next that we're going to show right here is this little Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn, of course, we had to have her on the show. She's based on a design by Jay Lee. Again, another one of my favorite artists.
Jay Lee is awesome.
Jay Lee's awesome. I was able to meet him briefly at New York Comic Con this past year, and he signed like a Catwoman cover of mine that he did, and I was like,
cool.
oh, so cool.
It's like quite creative too.
I know, amazing, and such a nice guy, and I love the way he draws like all of the Bat family and also all of the Superman family. So it's based on a classic Harley Quinn cover from Harley Quinn, Our Worlds at War #1. I've actually never read that series, so that's something I should probably go pick up.
Some of the fans in Facebook were already calling out and recognized it before you
That's
said that.
awesome. Yeah. I love that. So if you would like to pre-order her now, she is at sideshow.com/DC That's DC Harley. It looks strange written, but trust us, it's there. Jason Todd, hilariously enough, I hope that's his real name, Jason Todd, while we're talking DC.
Really hope it is too. Yeah.
Jason Todd is asking, is there any chance of getting Jim Fletcher on the show? That guy's a trip. I love Jim, and so I'm hoping that we could get Jim on the show as well. Jim is amazing, and hopefully he will accept our invitation to come on. We're just inviting people on the show because we're just kind of going like, well, there's just me, and I can only talk for so long, and Jim is just so personable, so charismatic. I would love to have Jim on the show. Jim, please come on the show. So next up, we have these set of 3. These are some vinyl collectibles of the Trinity. Brendan, which one would be easiest for me to start with? Superman? So we're going to start with Superman. And we left them in the box because they look so cool in their box like this. So he's going to stay like this for a second while we talk about him. This is Superman. He's from the DC Artist Alley series designed by Chris Uminga. And he's about 6.5 inches tall and comes with this also like collector card type thing inside the box. So that's sideshow.com/vinyl Superman. Sideshow.com/vinyl Superman. Because these were numbered limited editions, I think some of them are waitlisted, but it doesn't matter. Just join the waitlist. And when they become available, we should be able to get them for you. We're going to show a little close-up of the Batman right now. That's the Batman. Again, this is a Batman vinyl collectible DC Artist Alley series by Chris Uminga. 6.5 inches tall. Hopefully that's correct because he's not out of the box. I like him. They have like cool little designs. And of course, our girl, Wonder Woman. Same thing. The DC Artist Alley series designed by Chris Uminga, and it's about 6.5 inches tall. Head on over to sideshow.com/vinyl wonder. All of these are vinyl Batman, vinyl Wonder, vinyl Superman. Vinyl
Wonder. I like that.
I like Vinyl Wonder. She is a Vinyl Wonder. Look at her. Anyway, we are big DC fans over here. We're big fans of a lot of things, but thank you so much to DC Collectibles for letting us show these on the show. We have a Q and eggs. Yeah, I don't eat eggs, but you know, other people in here do. So we're gonna do a Q and eggs segment, which would be gross and smelly. So we're not. Instead we're doing a Q&A segment. The Q&A segment when we get back after this video. So be sure to ask a lot of questions. We're getting some from Facebook, but most from YouTube. So you're watching Sideshow Live. We will be right back. Hi everyone, welcome back to Sideshow Live. We're getting some really great questions already, so keep them coming, guys. First up, we have this is a Q&A segment, since I should probably introduce that. So we have a kind of a small crew today, so you can ask questions about like just us as fans, if you'd like, or things you see behind us, or things that have been on the show that we might have missed. So anything that you see or hear is fair game, because you know there are other people in the room besides me, and you should be able to ask them questions too. First up is, which Voltron do you prefer, lions or vehicles? This is a question for other people, since I don't watch Voltron. I don't know about Voltron. I just know about our statue, and I know that sometimes our team forms Voltron, and I'm the blue one. That's what I know.
So then you're lions.
Oh, so we're the lions.
Yeah,
okay, so I like the lions. Yes.
Right. I also like the lions.
You also like the lions? I know that
The
you
vehicle
both
ones
you.
we're talking about, there was like 100 vehicles.
Oh, 100
It was a
vehicles.
lot. I don't know the exact number, but
Wow.
it was also cool.
We like the lions. We're lion people, and I'm the blue one. Anyway, Rad as Ghoul question. wants to know, is the red Sonya in the back a production piece? And if so, can we have a look-see? Well, here's the thing. Well, I guess we can, because I was going to send people to Instagram for the after party, but look at what Brendan did to me.
Taking my job.
Look, Brendan, you just like totally took Kitty's job. So instead of showing her during the after party, Brendan and Kitty are going to fight.
Probably.
I was going to say, I would bet on Kitty, because Kitty has claws. Anyway, that's so cool. But yes, the red Sonya in the back is a production piece, and she looks so amazing. And you'll get a closer look at her during the Instagram after party after the show. So if you don't follow Sideshow on Instagram, you should. We have Collect Today May going on, plus after the show every time there is an after party.
I know on Red Sonja, there's a few pieces that are made with actual metal.
There's a few pieces with actual metal.
Axe and I believe the sword.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll get more into what pieces on her. Oh, she's metal. So she's metal.
Right.
Okay, I get it. I get it. See, that's my for the Brit, since he's metal. Anyway, Crystal Moore is asking, Susan, what was your all-time favorite toy from when you were a kid? Crystal, you're going to be really disappointed, because my favorite toy as a kid was just a regular teddy bear who went on adventures with me. I mean, that bear was like kick-ass, because he fought all of my villains, including like Vader and like an army of stormtroopers. But like that was honestly my favorite toy, was a bear, because he fought all my action figures, and he actually took down my sister's pony castle at one point and got me in trouble. So you could just hit thank you, so I can see the questions. But did anybody else have like a super favorite toy from when they were a kid? I know Kitty did.
Yeah, their names are Baby Doll and Lammy Pie.
Yeah, I was like, she had a lamb, because I had a bear and she had a lamb.
A little cloth baby and a little cloth lamb.
And I did play with like a ton of action figures, but like the bear was like my sidekick. So whenever I had to like take down my sister's toys because we shared a room, the bear would help. Anyway.
Han Solo pistol.
Han Solo
Blaster.
pistol.
Yeah.
Han Solo. Yours was a very specific action figure, Challenger, because you've talked about it before.
Well, I mean,
It was like a series.
Yeah, there was one specific series that not very many people know. It was Exo Squad, and then
Exo Squad, that's it.
But the majority of my toys were Legos and Micro Machines.
Oh, I loved Legos too. Legos and Micro Machines for Challenger. Toys from childhood. Your childhood was like yesterday, so what did you play with yesterday?
I'm going to answer your No one gets to know that.
Brendan likes to play with his Ebony Maw action figure.
I actually had it was like kind of like a stuffed dinosaur animal thing, but like when you squeezed it, it like squealed. Like,
That's
it, like,
awesome.
It'd be, like horrifying. That's
So
exactly
Brett,
what
were
it was.
you into dinosaurs as a kid?
Yeah.
Awesome. My bear fought some dinosaurs too. My bear was awesome. Anyway, you're not answering? Aw, now I feel bad. Brendan's like, I make fun of him for being young, but really I'm old. He's not young. Or you are? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were younger than her. Anyway, whatever. Okay, this is getting awkward.
This is getting awkward.
Awkward.
Quick, more questions and eggs.
Yeah, more questions, more eggs. Are you looking forward to seeing Solo?
Yes.
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 There you go.
All right, thanks, Spartan X. Evo wants to know, who's your favorite Thundercat? Panthera and Chitara. Those are who I like. Anyway. Lion-O. I always like Chitara, but then I also like Panthera because I thought he looked coolest. Anyway.
I like Wily Kit and Wily Cat.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about the Thundercats, but I like their characters.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, wow. Any other favorite Thundercats in the room?
Too young for that.
I wasn't.
Is that going to be your answer to everything? Did I ruin your Q&A segment for you? I'm sorry, Brendan. Brendan's really cool, you guys. He's like a pleasure to know. So, anyway. Outside of the movies, do you prefer the Justice League or the Avengers? Oh,
Justice League cartoon, and then movies.
That's actually a really good answer. Justice League cartoon Avengers movies.
There's too many different configurations of the Avengers.
Yeah, I was like, who? I was like, which teams? It really depends on who's on the teams and who's fighting and who are they fighting and who is best suited for them to be fighting. And we should just stop this right now. We could do a whole show on like the different versions of the Justice League team and the different versions of how they fight specific and who they have to recruit to fight that specific villain. Same with the Avengers. Anyway, wow, we're nerds. Let your geek side show, right? I don't think I have a preference necessarily though, because I think of them as like separate entities, and I don't think that you can compare them. I think that they're in two different camps, you know? And that's like, I love DC and I love Marvel and I love the Justice League and I love the Avengers. It's not something that I compare very often. Anyway, I don't think about it. Sorry, Ian. Question, have you ever really tried to use the Force when you were kids? When you were kids? Every single time I walk through one of those automatic open doors, you go like, come on, yeah?
I still do that.
I still do that. And Kitty and I constantly are like, you will get lunch with me today. Like, Kitty, you did not bring food. You will come get a sandwich with me. Like, we do that all the time.
Stoplights still. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, stoplights. When you don't want it to be red and you're trying to turn it green, you're like, I don't even think the Force does that, but we try.
I will admit though, I have tried a couple times to try to force grab the remote just to be sure.
Force grab the remote, or I do it with these chairs where I'm just like, that's on wheels. That could come here. Yeah.
But
No.
I just realized it's just laziness, you know.
I'm pretty late. The Force is like a lot of laziness.
Yeah.
Like, come here. I don't want to go get the lightsaber. Come here.
Or like cutting a pear or something.
Cutting a pear. Yeah, that's how I use the Force, to cut pears and to float them over to people. Robert, I apologize, Robert. I'm not going to attempt your last name. Tremoroli. What types of figures do you all collect that aren't Sideshow and Hot Toys? Pops. A lot of pops. Like the cereal? Like Funko Pops. Actually, most Funko Pops, Funko Rock Candy, Funko Mystery Minis. I collect a lot of Funko. I love Funko. Hearts to Funko from me.
And I have a lot of DC collectibles.
I also have a lot of DC collectibles. I also have, Kitty and I both also collect Marvel Select.
Yes.
And then you collect Black Series, some Black Series.
And also Warhammer 40k miniatures.
Warhammer 40k miniatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
That includes like.
Do you paint them?
Yeah, I paint them.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Oh wait, yes I did. I follow you on Instagram. Anyway, what do you collect?
I'm on eBay looking for vintage stuff.
Ooh, vintage stuff. I used to
Kenner.
collect Kenner. Yeah,
Kenner.
I still have a lot of my Star Wars Kenner, so that's cool. What about you guys? What do you collect that's not?
Not figures, but I have a really big collection of old Marvel cards from like the 90s.
Old Marvel cards from the 90s. That's awesome.
Get the
Wow.
holograms?
Oh yeah, there's some.
Oh, awesome.
I remember those like X-Men like.
That's so cool. I love it.
Clear,
Oh wow.
yeah, they're
Oh, I also do the Marvel, like, the Diamond Marvel Select, like those vinyl ones. Like, you have the Luke Cage, but I have Doctor Strange and Elektra and those ones.
Film equipment?
Film equipment.
Yeah, like little like
No, that's-
film cameras. Like
Really?
sure, but
Like-
I can't afford the stuff. that he has.
Oh, that like brings a new. I didn't know you did that. I thought you were just admiring his collection. So now I have this whole new level of like, oh, that was so sweet.
Yeah,
Watching
his
you with.
collection's way cooler than mine, though.
Yeah, but someday.
Right.
Someday. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Batman statue collector, what is your favorite part of working at Sideshow and your funniest experience there? My favorite part of working at Sideshow is coming to work every day. That sounds really cheesy, but it's the truth. I share an office with most of the people in this room, and it's the best. So, I don't know. That's my cheesy answer. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I think we all feel that way, and we all love working together too. We choose our employees very carefully, so now we all have like friends. Oh, look, I got. Oh, here's a question for you, for the boys. Are all the videos created in-house? Yes. Yeah. There's 2 different video teams that create all of the videos that you see.
So maybe a follow-up question. What is, for you two, what's the favorite video you guys
Yeah, for Brett and Brendan, what's your favorite video that you've been a part of?
For me, the gift card commercial.
The gift card, is that the one that drops and turns into the statue? I like that one too.
I thought it was normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one too.
I like the Voltron video was fun.
Yeah.
Teaser.
The Voltron teaser? I like, Brett is really good at special effects as well. He's very visual, so I like.
Surrogate, which is the newer teaser guy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
He's good.
Yeah,
I just think of you, because when you started, you were like the special effects guy. Like, oh, that's Brett. So it's cool. Yay. Do you all have any favorite comic book villains? Yes. Yeah, that's right. Brett is a huge Venom fan, and Brett is very excited for the Venom movie.
I am. Yeah,
He's also cautious,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
he's excited.
My expectations middle.
Yeah, you just want to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brett and I talk about it a lot because I'm more cautious than he is. We'll put it that way. Favorite villain?
This came up when we did the Spider-Man villains too. Like I really like Kraven the Hunter, but
Kraven's
basically
so good.
any of the mythological bad guys from the Thor universe, I love that stuff. 'Cause
Like
it's
Loki?
So yes, even Loki. It's so sword and sorcery, and I love it.
Doc Ock is pretty cool.
Doc Ock is really cool. Why are we all picking spider villains? Because they actually, Spider-Man has like the Sinister Six is kind of like, the best of the best.
Oh, that got me into comics.
Yeah, the Sinister Six are amazing.
I was having a conversation with someone in the hall that a lot of Spider-Man's villains are green.
They are.
A lot of them are
Well,
green.
a lot, and also a lot of villains in general are green.
I think it's because his costume was red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But there's also like a lot of Disney villains are green or purple. Yeah. Anyway, my favorite villain, I like. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I tend to it's funny, I collect mostly good guys, so I don't tend to focus so much on the villains, but I honestly believe that a hero is only as good as their villain. Cuz like when you put them up against each other, if the hero just can completely overpower the villain, then that's like not a compelling story. They have to have like a back and forth.
Which villain
Don't be heroes
frustrates
without
you
villains.
the most?
Which villain
Like,
frustrates
gets
me?
under your skin because they're so feeble.
Thanos. I hate Thanos like a lot. And the next question up is actually like, what did you all think of Infinity War? And it's like so tough for me because of how much I hate Thanos. I really had a tough time with that movie. I hate him so much. Anyway, will the How to Be a Poser guy ever come in live and give pointers on the show live? I gotta tell you, I mean, it is Terry is great, but it is very difficult to pose live. Like, you saw me try to do it a few times, and I'm a pretty decent poser, and I can't do it live because it's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of like, and you can't get the figure to do what you want it to immediately. That's just the truth. And even Brett and Brendan will tell you the How to Be a Poser videos sometimes take a while because it is very difficult to pose a figure live. So for those of you who are new to posing out there, don't get frustrated. It does take work, and it does take a lot of patience to pose a figure properly, but you can do it. You just have to give yourself like a lot of allowance for like, oh, that doesn't look right. Oh, that, and don't be afraid to walk away from it, or walk away from it and come back to do the little tweaks. Because as long as you're following those instructions of range of motion of your figures, most poses are obtainable. Just that's it. Okay. Awkward. Geek Fandom, have you seen the final Wolverine piece? Can you confirm the lean is not as bad as in the pictures being posted? We all have seen the final Wolverine piece, and it is not bad. It does not lean.
That piece was
the piece that is being circulated.
Show last year.
The piece that's being circulated on the internet was a piece that was put together not by a Sideshow staffer, so it wasn't necessarily done correctly. And there are, like, we do our out of the box videos to explain to you all how to put together a statue correctly. And like sometimes we send various pieces to trade shows, and those pieces are just put together, and that was actually the one that went to the show was a pre-production piece, and it's not something that's actually in the line of what you're getting. So the pre-production pieces also get put together slightly differently than you actually put together a piece. It is in photo right now, so you all should be on the lookout for a blog with the new gallery update, because that'll show you that it does not lean the way it appears to. In the next week or two. So yeah, we apologize for all the buzz that's out there, but at the same time, like, it doesn't lean the way it's appearing. It appears to lean in those pictures. I've seen them online. It doesn't look like that. So okay, Crystal Moore, do you guys have any favorite Sideshow Live moments? Todd Fisher. I know that was really recent, but that just stands out. Todd Fisher.
Voice actors.
D. Bradley Baker playing his face. Michael Rooker crashing. Anytime Titus comes in, he's my favorite. And then he leaves, and he's not my favorite anymore.
Yeah.
Also, when you got scared during.
When Challenger put on the.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When Challenger put on the Reaper costume and like completely scared me during Spooktacular.
Oh, yeah, that one was great.
Yeah. When the court took over, that was a really fun episode. Yeah. The court had a really, like, anytime Anna's on is also fun. I adore Anna and love working with her every day. I personally liked the day that I was like sick and you and the Brit had to host.
Yeah,
that was such a good day.
Fun.
And Tolentino.
We now call ourselves the awkward boys. So.
You guys weren't awkward. And then Tim. Anytime when Tim came on to specifically talk about Superman. Olivia.
And then the Alex Ross.
Olivia.
And the Aspen comics.
Oh my gosh. Any of our guests, the Aspen guys were so fantastic, especially with all the Michael Turner art they brought in. The Alex Ross guys, every time they come in, I missed them last week and I was so upset. J. Scott Campbell, Mark Brooks, any of the artists, Paul Komoda, who came in to talk Swamp Thing. When Alfred did his live sculpt, which is still in the background, and Kevin Conroy. Oh my God. That was so good.
So clearly everyone needs to watch every week just to make sure.
Just watch every week for our special guests. What? We have so many questions, you guys. Have any of you guys tried the Infinity War mode in Fortnite?
Yes.
Brendan?
Yeah.
Brendan, you have?
Yeah.
How was it?
He's tried.
I've
watched it. It looks great.
That's cool.
Did you win?
Did you win?
I didn't play. Did you win at Fortnite?
Did you win at Fortnite?
Let's move on.
All right. Where do you put all the things that you collect? Xavier would like to know. Are they on display or just in drawers? Will you ever do a Sideshow Employees Collections tour? We've tried to do Sideshow Employees Collections tours. We hope to do more. One time, like, Kitty and I have told you guys our favorite on Instagram. The photo department actually told us their favorite, so we're making them post it up on Instagram, their favorite collection pieces. Mostly, where do you put the things you collect? On display. Some of the stuff's in the office, some of the stuff's at home. It really depends on the person. Yeah. Did I answer that question? I feel like I only half
Some
answered.
of both.
Yeah.
I don't have enough space.
Like, I don't have enough. Yeah, some of it's in storage, and definitely the boxes are always a challenge. Like, where do you put those? but the storage, but most of my pieces are on display. Has Sideshow ever had an art contest from Master Pizza? Master Pizza. That's my new favorite person.
There you go.
We used to, not for a while.
Or during Spooktacular, we get kind
Sometimes.
of
And Chicky likes things like
Yes,
that.
she does.
Chicky really likes DIY contests like foil
Yeah,
and
sculpt and foil.
yeah,
And then,
yeah, for sure. Jasmine Edwards wants to know, what is your most anticipated summer movie? I mean, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp for Kitty.
Yes.
Incredibles 2.
That's mine. Incredibles 2. And it comes up for my birthday weekend. Yeah. What?
Does next summer count?
I know. Next summer? What?
There's also
Game
a
of
lot
Thrones
of
and
TV shows that I'm looking forward to. This
I'm looking forward to Cloak and Dagger, and that's like, what, less than a month away
and
now?
Flo and Luke Cage are both in June as well.
Yeah, but Cloak and Dagger. I love Dagger and Cloak. I love Cloak actually more than Dagger, to be totally honest. But I'm really looking forward to that. There's a Netflix question. If you just scroll for a second at the top. Has anyone watched the Toys That Made Us series on Netflix? Yes. No. A lot of people here have. I have. Actually, I've only watched specific episodes. I haven't watched the whole season. So yes. So we only have 2 questions left.
Oh,
There's more. Okay, well, we're only taking like.
maybe we better just cap it.
All right, so these are the last 2 questions since there's a lot of questions. Okay, so one is Ian wants to know, what is your football team since you're such a big NFL fan? I will watch any NFL game that's on TV. I grew up in the Bay Area in the 80s, so I have a great loyalty to the 49ers. However, I was a defiant child and wanted my own team that I would root for. So when the Colts left Baltimore and then the Ravens stole the Browns, I became a Baltimore Ravens fan.
There you go.
And there goes the chats. Anyway, so I love the Baltimore Ravens. They're an AFC team, and I love the San Francisco 49ers. They're an NFC team. And they played each other in the Super Bowl, and that was awful for me. But the Ravens won, and I felt like I made good life choices. So
Is it worth noting that John Wick, when he returns to chat?
I know.
Yeah.
John Wick is a huge Steelers fan. So he and I butt heads during football season, and I come into meetings with my huge Ravens mug and like put it right in front of him. It's great. But it's a friendly rivalry. I also really, really hate trash talk. So I will acknowledge, even in the greatest of sports rivalries, when a team is actually playing better than mine. Like I'm more about the sport itself than like my team. Does that answer the question? And the last question is about this. Everybody's asking about my new tattoo on my shoulder.
Since it was teased in the unboxing
It's
video.
teased, and everyone keeps asking about it. It's an homage to my favorite Marvel character, and I wanted it done for Infinity War. So there you go. That is my new tattoo. Yay! We had such a great show for you today with an extended Q&A segment. That was kind of awesome. I really liked that. It was really nice to get to know you guys in the room. Some questions had never been asked before. So we took a look at the Poison Ivy art print and the Poison Ivy premium format figure. We looked at the She-Ra statue. We unboxed the Batman Futura Knight 6-scale figure. And don't forget to head on over to sideshow.com/live contest. You can enter that even if you're watching this in the future. So we will be announcing that winner next week on that show. Yes, probably. That sounds correct. We looked at a whole bunch of our DC collectibles, including the metal Batman statue and the Harley Quinn statue and some vinyl figures of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Be sure to keep up to date on all of our going live shows. That's a sentence. I'm clearly tired. Head on over to sideshow.com/notify. Set up your notifications alert to be notified every time we go live. That's awesome. So head on over to Instagram right now for the after party. Kitty will be showing you the stuff behind me and the sneaky peeks, including the red Sonya premium format figure. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back next week. And don't forget to let your geek side show. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching.
Out of the darkness comes this vigilant force of justice, and it's not a knight in shining armor that's rolling up. It's, you know, the Lord of Darkness for the most part.
If the Scarecrow gas kind of got out, like, how would you see some of these characters? What makes these the ultimate nightmare incarnation of each character?
The angle that we were going for, especially with the two characters that we're leading this project with, is how does Batman see himself, you know, in that vigilante enforcer of justice? How do the criminals sort of see him? In this particular case, the sort of demonic, vampiric, dark entity perspective.
The Batman is like a bat creature. We want it so when you see him from a distance, when you see him sitting on your shelf like 15, 20 feet away, you're like, oh, it's Batman. But as you get closer and closer, it's revealed it's not a guy in a suit, it's not his cape, it's a bat creature.
Simon Lee did a cool exploration of what the character could be. And then when it got to me, David told me I had the freedom to actually, you know, take that and massage it, and I should be a little creative and put everything together. So it was a pretty awesome experience to work with those guys and come up with something unique.
His original suit was blue and gray and black, and I think, you know, we've done a good job of marrying those characters together, the creature side and the Batman. So he's kind of on the more pale side, which is great because it translates to when you look at the Bathead replacement, he's not warm. You get a sense that he's this kind of like undead creature of the night.
Batman just has such a diverse group of characters that can all be based a little bit in a horror. The idea of how these people perceive like the worst version of them. And as horror fans at Sideshow, I think that was the one that made a little more sense, where it matched.
The Joker is the ultimate villain for Batman just because he's so insane and he's willing to do anything to hurt him.
We went less with a monstrous interpretation as sort of the Batman is perceived, and took the insanity and kind of made his entire makeup a sort of tableau of bas-relief Easter eggs of the entirety of the Joker's kind of incarnation.
The way it was described to me is like what we want is a very organic, sort of a collage-like melange of all the elements in the Joker's of his life and his character are going to be intermeshed into his body. What could I really emphasize? What could I really bring to the forefront as far as like resonant imagery, things that would be recognizable and impactful, and still make some kind of bizarre, have some sort of rhyme and reason within the Joker's anatomy as well.
And so that bridged wonderfully to Martin Canale, who took over the art direction at that point, and then steered it further. And you've got two different portraits, one that really reflects Martin's design ethic, and one that still holds the core notion of what Paul was channeling. So you can kind of decide for yourself which version of the nightmare you kind of caught into.
We take the Joker and make him an amalgam of everything Gotham. Like everything that makes the Joker Joker, even Batman Batman, because to me, he is the worst of everything in Gotham.
The beauty of pop culture and some of these titanic icons like Batman or otherwise sort of sets the table for you to continue to blossom this out, because it does not take away from the genesis core of the character.
It is cool to take Batman and his long legacy in history and kind of like find the things that we want to bring to this. We have an awesome team here. We got to work with some AAA talent on both these projects, and you just got to see the best come out of all the artists involved in it.
I think those two pieces right there are going to be definitely some of the coolest Batman statue pieces ever be done.
I think that these pieces that we do in this regard really radiate with a uniqueness to Sideshow's offerings. There are certainly a number of other characters with more than enough skeletons in their closet for us to pull a few loose threads in their psyche and, develop something else that will, complement what we're already putting forth.